from the Space Trash Podcast. It's Molly Motion.
Celebrity Gemini facts. So obviously the number one Gemini in the world is Kanye West in every single possible way. So do you guys remember the Power video?
Yeah.
No one should have all that power. I didn't notice until today, and this was one of my favorite videos. I watched it a million times. This video is so Gemini-esque because you've got like this side, and they're perfectly symmetrical, except there's an angel sitting on the one side. So I feel like this was like in the beginning of his Kim Kardashian relationship, and like maybe the angel represents that he's leaning over toward like feeling better because he's got Kim. And they're not perfectly symmetrical, but whatever. Anyway, so Kanye is the number one Gemini. Remember this little GIF that went viral where he's laughing and then he starts frowning? Love him. And so here is
the angel is, right?
What?
The angel is Irina Shayk.
It's Irina Shayk. Yes. Who he's allegedly dating now.
Allegedly.
Not so allegedly, no. I mean, I think it's real.
Know. I don't think they're really dating. It just doesn't. Do you think it's real, Emmy?
I mean, I think that they're really like out and about together. I don't know if it's like a real relationship. Like it might just, I don't know. I think he's very image conscious of just wanting to like have the hottest chick on his arm, as I think he's literally said before.
Right. And he name checked her in Christian Dior Denim Flow like 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. Kanye gave an interview to, I forget who he was talking to. It might have been John Waters. No, it wasn't John Waters. It was someone else, but it was Interview Magazine.
Iconic.
I know. It was someone equally iconic. And he said, I'd be biased to think that the community of Geminis is the most consistently in tune with what their spirit is telling them to do, why they have breath in their lungs. But I do think that creative Geminis have throughout history been really in tune with those things. So this is just like setting the tone. Geminis are in tune with what their spirit is telling them to do. One time I wrote a whole list of all the characters on Mad Men and who I think their signs are. I got way too into this presentation is basically what I'm saying. So I reposted some of the stuff that I had already written about all the Mad Men characters' signs. And if anyone is as much of an idiot as me and they want to read my fucking like 20-page thing, it's on Medium. I feel Don Draper is the Gemini character. Like he sums it up. He's constantly vacillating between extremes. One day he's like the king of the world. The other day he's paying a woman to smack his face during sad bachelor sex in his like sad bachelor pad. And he literally has two identities. He is Don Draper and Dick Whitman. The writers could not have made him more of a Gemini if they tried. And now check this out. Season 6, birthday party. His birthday's June 1st.
Yo, I ain't even peep.
Crazy, right? And then the other thing is, I truly believe that Megan is also a Gemini.
But you're talking about him as a character, not
John Hamm.
Not John Hamm. Okay.
John Draper.
Yeah.
Wait. Don Draper's birthday is June 1st, but does that mean that Dick Whitman's a Gemini?
Good call, because Dick Whitman is not a Gemini. Dick Whitman, I think, is a Pisces, but when he assumed the Don Draper form, that was when he became a Gemini. Because Don Draper's birthday is June 1st. Dick Whitman's birthday is in like February. Crazy, right? Like you can't tell me that they didn't do that on purpose, because his entire theme of the show is like duality and being twins and having two identities. And then they don't give a birthday to anyone else on the show. And they gave him a birthday and it was in Gemini season. And then I also think Megan is a Gemini because when she's
she either Gemini or Aquarius, but it's like they actually were a match.
Yes. So she portrayed herself as like a younger female version of Don in the beginning because she knew that's exactly what he wanted. She was like, oh, I'm smart. I'm like amazing at this job. Like advertising is my life. She's a chameleon. And then once she like gets comfortable with kind of the money, she's like, JK, I want to be an actress. And then like everything comes crumbling down because Don only liked her when she was a female version of him because he's so amorphous. Like a lot of Geminis are amorphous. They don't know who they are. So like as
as a Gemini rising with 1,000 job titles, it's not that we don't know who we are. It's that we're like mirroring. We're everybody. We're mirroring everybody. Geminis are everybody's twin. That's why like they would be good at advertising, because like Geminis see themselves in others, and other people see themselves in Geminis. So it's less that they don't know who they are. It's that they're like, they're actually just like a little bit everybody. They are the community.
Yeah. Gemini is the ultimate mirror, really. So it's the sign that just mirrors the whole collective, what everybody sees in themselves, good and bad. And that's why so many people be like get triggered by Geminis, because they're seeing that, you know, bad part of themselves, their toxic part, because they get to play it out genuinely without caring. So yeah.
Yes. Oh my God. Wow. That's exactly what I thought after I did this whole presentation, and I didn't even like see that on Google or anything. Okay. They are controversy magnets. Geminis, they attract controversy like no other. So we've got Naomi Campbell, Marilyn Monroe, Angelina Jolie. Obviously, the most controversial thing for a woman to be is like quote unquote mean or unstable. So if they were men, they wouldn't even be controversial. But this is the trio that I've chosen to show this. So the controversial men, James Charles, Donald Trump.
Oh my God, James Charles, perfect.
Oh God.
Might catch an assault charge now or then. You know what I mean? Like a little more controversial. Then we've got Shia LaBeouf, Mark Wahlberg, Johnny Depp, known to be violent, known to beat people up, you know? And allegedly. Azealia Banks, I love her. I fucking love her, but
didn't she and Kanye have drama too?
Yeah.
She had drama with a lot of people, just like Gemini. I mean, she's had drama with a lot of people.
She had drama with the entire country of Ireland. Like she was going to play a show in Ireland, and she like tweeted about how like she thought all Irish people were ugly and stuff. It was like she says the most fucked up things, but I just love her. I don't know why. But so Rob Ford, the mayor of Toronto who smoked crack, remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But crack mayor, look, as from one crack mayor to another, I get it. Oh,
crack mayor. And obviously Kanye. So this is the thing about them. They think they're being normal. I think that all these people are just like, yeah, I'm acting on how I feel. Like they're not like planning to be controversial. They're not trying to make headlines. They're just kind of naturally doing it and then like collecting lawsuits. Do you know what I mean? Like Donald Trump, there was no strategy there. It was just like him being him.
Well, and so Gemini strategy, like the Gemini strategy is just like run your mouth. It's what is that saying? Ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Yes. And like no filter ever. Like
I feel so seen.
What Nicole said is right. It's mirroring all of the other people around you, because like, well, not mirroring the people around you necessarily, sometimes that, but also everyone sees themselves in Gemini. Like we see ourselves. So they attract controversy, but they don't court the controversy. It just comes to them by them acting natural. So this is the craziest thing about Gemini. So sometimes the whole twin and dual personality thing expresses itself so literally that it's like almost funny. So for instance, these three celebrities, Kanye, Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys, Russell Brand, they are all bipolar. And this is something like, I'm not making light of bipolar disorder because I have two bipolar people in my family and they're both Geminis.
And I've been called bipolar. I've been accused of being that, but really I'm like, no, I'm mad at you and this is how I text.
Yeah, like it's so interesting to me, and it's so crazy that like it just, there are no Geminis in my family. There's only, and I have a gigantic family. I have 1 million cousins. There's only 2 Geminis in my family and they're both bipolar. Like obviously not saying all Geminis are bipolar, but
and they don't know what to do with all of these, just like all of this sort of dual energy.
Oh yeah, that's definitely part of it too. But so that's really interesting. Like that's why Kanye is like the top Gemini. He's got 2 poles. He vacillates between 2 modes. And like It's just like I don't know. And there's other people too. And then there's also other Geminis who like, no one loves a Gemini more than a Gemini. Okay. So like Boris Johnson and Donald Trump are both Geminis. So they are each other's twins. Like they are the duality in each other's lives in a weird way. And then there's
look at their hair.
Mary Kate and Ashley, the only famous twins in the world, are Geminis.
I love that they're actually Geminis. That is so fucking perfect.
How weird is that?
It's just like beautiful. It's poetry.
Tupac and Biggie, both Geminis.
Shock. It blows me away. Beautiful.
And we got Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen, and they are like best friends, and they're both like
very like twins. If you told me that they were actually fraternal twins separated at birth, I would buy that.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then the weirdest one is Marilyn Monroe and JFK. Both Geminis.
Wow.
So Gemini musicians are the real deal. Prince,
yep.
Stevie Nicks,
yep.
Bob Dylan,
yep.
Paul McCartney, Andre 3000, Brian Wilson, Kendrick Lamar, Lauryn Hill,
oh my God.
Noel Gallagher.
Oh my.
Lionel Richie is good.
We'll take him.
Oh,
yeah. And Ice Cube.
Well,
and of course,
is kind of now famous for his children. That's Gemini.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that makes sense. But so the Gemini musicians are like the thing, because I think music is like the only way to channel when you have this like absurd energy. It's like the best way to kind of channel it. And there's this quote from Kendrick: "You heard of Gemini, there's always two sides. Doing music is the only way for me to get that conflict out." Ooh. So I think and all of these people also, barring maybe like Lionel Richie and maybe Andre 3000, have had personal issues in public. Like their issues, everyone on this entire presentation, like, do you remember last week or last time when we did Taurus? And I was like, none of you even know who any of these people are dating or have ever dated. Like, you don't know anything about a famous Taurus because they're in it for the money and then they're relaxing when they're not working. But the Geminis, like, they can't hold back. They can't hide anything from anyone. And it's like, we all know every single controversy in these people's lives.
Nicole, do you have any sort of, Nicole's 7th house is in Gemini. She's a Sag rising. Can you think of any, like why is the Gemini relationship drama always, and just like life drama always?
Just life drama, yeah. It's just life.
Also because Gemini rules the news.
So the thing about Geminis, the interesting thing about the twin flames, right? They said that only Geminis really have that mirroring of twin flame relationships in their life, right?
Oh,
and even for me with my Gemini 7th house, having like manifested a twin vibe during,
everyone thinks that you're their twin flame.
Right, exactly.
And I'm a Gemini rising. I wake everybody's.
Right, and if
I wake everybody's up.
Yeah, it's hard for a Gemini to exist alone. Even when they're single, they're always in dual relationships with others because they need that back and forth. So it's like their relationship is the construct of, remember, they're the mirror collectively. So whatever they're going through in relationships is what everyone is going through in a relationship. And everybody kind of needs to see out in the public, like out in the forefront, that the shit that they're trying to hide behind closed doors. So they can't hide it. They are the collective mirror of that partnership.
And Gemini can't not share it. They can't hide anything. They just they have to share.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, like look at Marilyn Monroe. Like, she was not the first actor or entertainment celebrity of the 20th century to have a drug and alcohol problem, but she was the first one who people outwardly talked about that problem. Wow. You know, like everyone knew she died of a drug overdose. She was really the first person who, like, it was a household conversation that was the way that she died. Geminis, why we know all their drama is because they are looking for that twin flame in literally everyone. So they're just like, maybe if I put everything out there, you guys will all, and all of these people on this slide and all of these slides, they're really salty with journalists and reporters, which is really ironic because Gemini is sort of like a communication sign, but I think it's because they know that they can't control what the reporters say about them, so they can be really cranky whenever they're like dealing with the media.
Also because Geminis get their word twisted and skewed more often than others because they are telling the harshest truth. So then it gets So then they start using that as a mind game against others, which is what Gemini's ruled by Mercury, so that's what they're known for, like the tricks and the plays on words. That's why they're such great rappers. Like they do that even in their interviews, even in their conversations, because they know they're going to get edited. They know all of their word is not going to get out there. So then they just speak louder and prouder, and they're like, yeah, fuck this. And then it really looks worse when it gets out in the public. So
yeah. I feel like Prince and Kanye are like the best examples of that. They just do whatever the fuck they want to do, and then everyone misinterprets it. And
even Trump, like Trump has had so many wives, and even with those wives, he's fucking grabbing people's pussies. This man is out there to flirt. Even the way that he would do his campaign, everything. I mean, I wasn't like a Trump supporter, but I certainly was a Trump relater. I don't pay my taxes, and I just wait till I say something funny and then repeat it and make it merch. I fucking get it.
I feel you. And last thing I'll say about this slide, I think it's really funny that Noel Gallagher is a Gemini because he has the single most iconic brotherhood. He's from Oasis. So him and his brother hate each other more than anyone in the world. They fucking hate each other. They've been in a feud for like 20 years. And Gemini has so many supermodels, and I was not expecting this whatsoever because Gemini is not known necessarily as like a visual aesthetic sign, right? But they've got Kate Upton, Adriana Lima, Emily Ratajkowski, Naomi Campbell, Heidi Klum, and Brooke Shields, which are like, 6 of the biggest models of our lifetime. They are fucking huge. And I think the reason why is because as a model, if you want to break away from the pack, you have to be mirroring everybody, and you have to be sort of able to take on whatever the vibe is of the photo shoot that you're doing, and you have to be larger than life while also being able to let people put their shit onto you.
I mean, Geminis are also a youthful sign, right? So they have this youthful presence and look to them when they age. That's why some of them are like still models, even though they've expired their age to be a model, quote unquote. And it's like they get known for that after time. And they just have that playfulness energy. I think modeling too is all about play. So when you're able to when you're able to like embody that, they're also like in the metaphor of all the zodiac signs being in a play, Gemini is comedic release, right? So they come on and just like lighten everybody up. So they always have that presence that also, not like Leo that takes all the attention is the lead, but Gemini comes on and makes everybody feel good. So models, they have that presence and energy that just makes you feel good when you're looking at their photos. It's fun and they're dynamic and they're smart. They're smart. So they know how to embody all of those different sides just effortlessly.
That's cool. It makes so much sense. Like when I worked at a magazine where I was around a lot of models all the time, and they were like, the best models really were so chilled out and cool and playful. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, these girls have such great personalities. Like, first of all, that's not fair. And also, second of all, like, it must link into the job somehow. Like, you really have to be like so confident in yourself that, or not, it's not even about confidence. It's about not caring and kind of like just being able to let loose. There are a lot of good Gemini comedians.
Yeah.
So Amy Schumer, Bill Burr, Bill Hader, Mike Myers, Bob Hope, which I didn't know that was what Bob Hope looked like. And Joan Rivers is a Gemini. So I think this is the same reason why Geminis are good at music. It's like the galaxy brain and the ability to equivocate, because when you're making jokes, you have to be able to look at it from every single side. And like, that's the same thing with music. You're kind of like thinking about every angle and like pushing that out and saying something that kind of relates to everybody. So I don't know. I think that's what it is.
I agree.
All right, cool.
Nicole, thoughts?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're the comedic release, They're just funny. They're just funny. They know how to tell it like it is, and they're just freaking hilarious.
Yeah. Hear that, Rob? We're pumping you up.
Also, Keenan Ivory Wayans.
Oh my God, really?
Put his whole family on. He's a Gemini comedian.
Wait, Keenan Ivory so Keenan's the one that like started it, you're saying?
I mean, I think him and
Brothers is Gemini.
all kind of came up together, but Kenan got out there first.
Wow.
Rarer ways for Geminis to get famous. So this is like the ways that there's like 3 people in this category, in each of these categories, because they're not as good at this.
Ooh.
So reality TV, surprisingly, is like not the best arena for Geminis. So like Farrah Abraham, Kendra Wilkinson, and Scott Disick,
Sarah's a Gemini?
they are all Geminis. And I think we can all agree that they're like not on the A-list of reality stars,
No,
right?
but they have taken their chaos and turned it into bank. That's Gemini.
Right.
Scott Disick, like he keeps keeping up with Kardashians afloat sometimes. Sometimes it's like, well, what would this episode be if Scott didn't come here starting trouble? Because
but also it's not like controlled, and he couldn't carry his own show. That's the thing.
Yeah, but he acts as okay, let's talk about Scott for a second. Lord Disick, there are clips from the first 10 or the first like half of the seasons from there was a clip that they just started circulating again from Courtney's baby shower for Penelope. So it was Chris's first time becoming a mom. Okay. Oh, sorry. There's like I'm telling you, these Philly biker gangs. I don't know. That's like the demented thing. Everyone drives around in Batmobiles here, speaking of bats, and it's so Philly. Okay. But Chris, it does this big speech at Courtney's baby shower when she's having Penelope, the first of the now like, whole clan of grandchildren. And she literally says on the mic at the event, "We're so excited that you're having a baby. Thank you for making me a grandmother. And I'm so excited for you to see what an amazing life you can have without Scott." Now we are coming to we are at the penultimate episode of the entire series as we knew it on E. They're moving Hulu. So cute that they're not actually ending filming. They're only filming on E. But now the whole story is them pushing Courtney to get back together with Scott, and yet she found love with someone else. It's like, no, Scott gets to play both parts. That's why he's so super Gemini. And even Kendra was like the cool Playboy Mansion girl. Then she was like, yeah, but I found true love. But it was with Hank Baskett, who had and this is no judgment, but Hank got busted in a very queer prostitution situation. And it would be Kendra that would be able to not only be with someone who was actually queer or not completely like just cisgendered male, because Geminis can kind of handle that. Geminis can handle the duality of like literally everything.
Yeah, like she had Hugh Hefner, who she would like have weird group sex with every week, walk her down the aisle as if he was her dad.
Oh, right. To be able to have a daddy and a husband all in a grandpa, very Gemini.
Yeah. So, but I do feel
Ashley with some big break. Ashley, you can unmute and chime in. You have so much gold. Honestly, when we open our media empire, you will be one of the producers or correspondents based on your comfort level. But yeah, Kendra is also hated by Holly and Brigitte. Right. That was a huge part of the show, that she was like the outlier because
you don't know. So there's like new drama from Holly's book.
New drama? Oh, please.
Where Kendra said that before moving into the mansion, she had never slept with Hugh Hefner. And Holly said, oh, that's not possible. Everyone who moves in has slept with Hugh Hefner. So Holly's basically like, Kendra's a liar, and just like really getting into this big feud with her over it.
Yeah, Holly's book is so good.
Yeah, it's so good.
So good.
You'll have to paraphrase it for me.
But so I don't think that, so these 3 people are good reality stars, but they are the creme de la creme of Gemini reality stars. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like there's not that many big ones, which is surprising. The other thing is like, these are the 4 top Gemini actors.
Wow. What a list.
Spencer, Nicole Kidman, and Natalie Portman. But other than that, it's like not really that many. And then the third category is fashion designers. Now, this is what's so crazy to me. So we have Naeem Khan, Albert Elbaz, and Tory Burch, which like the only one who's remotely iconic out of them is Albert Elbaz. The other 2 are just like, whatever. So it's crazy to me that there's so many models and not so many fashion designers. And so I think the reason for all 3 of these careers not being so huge in the Gemini world is because Geminis cannot control themselves. Like, if you put a Gemini on a reality TV set and you're like, hey, here's how the drama is supposed to unfold, they're just not going to listen to you. They're just going to go rogue. And it might accidentally create good TV, but it's not going to be the way that reality TV is supposed to function. Like, it's not going to be like a sustained storyline. It's just going to be like chaos. And like, that's good sometimes, but not all the time. Actors have to channel their emotions into like one specific place. I think that's really hard for Geminis to do. And then fashion designers, they have to, like, we think of them as being innovative, but actually, like, if you get to a high level of fashion design, you have to be, your main job is to maintain the DNA of the brand. So it's like, you can't throw in a curveball, really. You have to kind of keep it going and only iterate a little bit from season to season. So I think those are the reasons why Geminis don't really thrive as much in these careers, because they can't be spontaneous.
Well, it's almost like, no, it's I feel like it's like they're so spontaneous, but they can't be spontaneous on cue. They're kind of unmanageable.
Yes. Like, that's why a Gemini is a great comic or a great musician, because you are able to just throw in crazy shit. But like with these jobs, yeah, like you can't really, you kind of have to like follow the rules.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, okay, even though I said Natalie Portman is like an aberration for a Gemini, Black Swan is the #1 Gemini film.
Oh my God. If Black Swan is not the Gemini movie of the millennia.
Like, everything about this film is like, look at this shot with all the mirrors.
Oh my God, totally.
Like, come on.
Gemini, if not mirrors.
How many times did we say mirrors in this whole chat? Right. And then you've got her, the whole thing is her, like, in real life, she's the white swan. She has to channel the black swan and she fucking like dies. So this movie is about what happens when a Gemini tries to follow someone else's rules. That's my hypothesis.
Yes.
Like, she was so talented. She was so great, but she was trying to squeeze herself into this little ballet box that she thought she had to do. And she broke into a million pieces. So right. I think with Geminis, like, they're not psychos, they're not sociopaths. I don't know where that came from. I don't know why that became a thing over the last few years. I think that the reality is just that Geminis are all of us, and they are like everything, and they're just really open, and you know,
Geminis will use their word, and until there's nothing, they'll just keep going. They'll actually never stop. So because they'll never stop.
No, honestly, guys, how long have you been on? Who has been here on the Moonual longest? Nicole, how long is I'm Gemini rising, Gemini 7th house. How long has our longest Moonual been, you think, so far? Like 10 hours?
10 to 12 hours, yeah, for sure.
Talk about 10. People are like, I was on Zoom for 45 minutes. I want to kill myself. We're like, no, you hang up. No, you hang up. That is that Gemini can't stop, won't stop talking shit. And yeah, for a lot of people, it's extremely psychotic. So sorry.
Okay, last frame. Happy Gemini season. And we have a $5 off. Well, before I say that, I love Northwest is a Gemini too.
I know. And I think that North, my prediction is that she is going to end up living with Kanye, where the other ones stay with Kim.
You think so?
I think she is Kanye's daughter. We can look at it when Razzie does our show. Let's take a look at that relationship. But Razzie, what do you think?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see her just growing up and being like realizing all the shit that they did to her dad, and being like, yeah, I have to be the one to speak about it. She looks like she's holding the microphone there, like she's ready to talk. She's about to like go ahead.
And her big debut was on Sunday Service, just being like, ah. I mean, she's on the album. She's Ultralight Beam is North. And honestly, Spirit Baby Medium Jess, you can do whatever you want, the van. You're our headliner tonight. But I hope you're taking notes, because this is a lot of Gemini is a lot of kid shit. If you have any insight, if you want to start tuning into North, is she going to be okay? You know, I think she is going to be okay, but I do think she's Kanye's daughter more than Kim's.
Yeah, I think she's going to go through that identity, crisis, so to speak, of the Gemini too, of like, and then she is of different cultures and stuff, so she's definitely going to have all of that in her mind growing up. It's just going to come out later, because she's just going to have more and more and more stuff to say she's gonna be. They don't have any Geminis in the family, really, right? She's gonna be the one to speak out on it all, and they're gonna be like, "Shut the fuck up," and then that's why
it's
probably
just her and Kanye.
Yeah, for sure. She's gonna have all the scoop.
Didn't the baby also like just recently sing? And then like there was the video of Kim crying, and the baby was like horribly at singing or something like that.
Wait, yes, and there was also the thing where North did like a painting, and Kim. So Kim is constantly crying over North singing on stage. Yeah, I got to be honest. Just from a critical standpoint, when North does perform, it isn't objectively good. Okay, like there are some. We saw Britney on Star Search. Okay, that's that Capricorn fucking talent. That's Sag Capricorn Virgo like Britney shit, right? Yeah, North is like and everyone is like beep, 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 right? But then North did paint a picture that honestly looked almost exactly the same as George Bush's paintings, and I just think that's an interesting connection.
Code Gemini on the Etsy shop. And I'm just going to show you guys some of the things so we can keep doing the podcast. It's Gemini Moon Syndrome. We also have Sun and Rising. Sarah made this beautiful graphic.
My one contribution. That's my one art that I made.
We have she's a Virgo who can drive.
She's a Virgo who can drive.
It's a Clueless reference.
Drive the best.
It's Clueless. We have.
It's actually like full. It's the other half of it. It's like knows how to drive.
Yes. A Gemini is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Through that.
It's a mug and a tote bag. And then we have Sweet But Scorpio, which is it's got sort of like a Drive with Ryan Gosling vibe. There's also a giant Scorpio on the back of the crop top. So
let's get it for life. Everybody unmute and use your hands. Unmute anyway, because we're going to have comedy, so we're going to want to use.
Yay, Molly. Thank you for bringing
awesome,
justice to
Molly.
Gemini.
Sorry, guys, I just saw that I talked for like an hour. I had
That's all right. This is a moonual, and it's Gemini.
Gemini moonual.
That's
what we're talking.